Yeah, dude, literally everyone's having issues with Discord tonight. This is
And OBS keeps muting my microphone every single time it comes back. I have to keep checking it. But like, yeah, it just keeps crashing. I just changed to my BRB thing and it just crashed. I can't even start with virtual camera or anything. I don't know what's going on. So now I have to go and fix something else. Like it's a part 1, part 2 tonight.
this is gonna be an interesting saving expedition because none of us can stealth. Well, okay, 2 of us can't stealth.
Mongo has great stealth. Mongo has a +7 to stealth.
My bad.
Gronk is +4.
Oh, never mind. I can't stealth.
Any
My
religious
bad,
person does
guys.
not stealth. They just announce
dude,
their
it's
presence
handing
to the
out
world. I will be
pamphlets.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know how Gronk has a +4 to stealth when he's 8'2", but he does somehow.
He's a very large moving tree.
Okay. And that. What's Matt doing?
Yeah. Dude, that's literally that's when I went to my closet to grab a lighter to light my candle.
Light the candle.
And you knew I'd done it.
I heard it.
Yep, that's Bahamut. That is Bahamut. Nope. You knew I lit the candle. It was Bahamut. Working your magic.
Like my electric. Oh, you get. I don't know.
That's so tight. Where did you get it? How did you get it? Can I have one? How much is it?
Probably Amazon. And
What is it?
Lighter.
It's an electric
Yeah,
lighter.
we have one of those.
Yeah, and it just sends electricity through.
What? How have I not known about this?
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, just recharge it. Don't need to put fuel in it. It can take a little bit longer to light some stuff on fire, but it still works.
I mean, for candles, it's really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Especially taller candles where it's getting down there pretty far.
Dude, I light my cigarettes with it, bro.
Dude, you're so hard.
Matt, would you mind sending me a link to one that you have, or mark the one you have? That's
I'll see what I can find.
Right. I'll do it after.
I'll see if I can pull it up.
Yeah,
right.
These things can be sketchy.
Are we all back from break?
Yeah, bro, ready to go, bro. Yeah, bro.
I just want to make sure.
Oh yeah, bro.
All right. So now that you are all back, I do need everybody to inevitably make a stealth check, please.
Oh God.
Rex should have left his armor back at the.
I was actually thinking about that because if we are trying to move stealthily through it, is that something I would have already removed my chainmail for? But it's too late. So
don't worry, Belgium is on it.
Oh, that's God damn it!
I rolled a 14.
I have disadvantage though, so I rolled a nat 20, but.
Worry, Belgium.
Oh! 1 in 400 chance, baby. Let's go.
Oh, fuck.
Only didn't have mine.
Thanks, Matt. Also, Matt, we can hear you eating.
Yeah, deal with it. I'll see if I can fix
it. Right. So, fortunately, the three of you, even Trebek, who is not usually stealthy because of your armor, trying to save your friend, you're being a little bit more cautious, being a man down effectively, you're putting a little bit more strategy into this.
We have not, Leah.
Really trying to make sure that you have the best chances of getting your Patriot back and have learned to figure out how to overcome your armor, or at least this moment in time. And Gronk and Longo, you're doing quite well.
Longo's
However,
over here chatting it up with Bill.
Belgium, on the other hand, as you guys are trying to make your way through the green fields, is 1-1 is really
Wait, he had a
hurting
natural
him.
1?
Did.
Well, he doesn't because Bountiful Luck, if I see him roll natural 1, he gets to re-roll it.
Did you see it though?
I am standing right next to him.
What did you
Is
see
it
it?
anybody?
You
I
didn't
guess he
give
is
us...
part of your party.
And Mark, you didn't put it in the game log because you rolled to only yourself, so I didn't get to see it. But
Okay, so if he gets to roll again... all right, so he got a 14. We're good. 15 minus 1.
Nice.
hey, yeah,
Chilling.
we're over there whispering to each other. Those two short guys do, and that's why we both got 14s.
And he's like, "Why don't you think about this?" You're like, "Why are you all of a
That's
sudden Irish?"
Escobert. He's Irish.
Oh, my bad, dude. So bad.
This guy is British, but just kind of
I
high
thought this
pitched
guy was
and
Belgian.
nasally.
I
When
thought
an
he was
okay,
Belgian.
Mark, is he considered an ally?
Damn it!
God damn it, Cameron.
When it-
For the moment in time, I would
Yeah,
say
when an
yeah,
ally
because-
you can see within 30 feet rolls a nat 1.
yes.
Wow.
Nobody rolls bad in my party.
Thanks, pal.
Unless you get all a 2, then you're out. Then you're on your own.
Yeah,
You're
right.
on your own.
Right, and so as you are making your way through, Longo, you see initially that Belgium is struggling with being stealthy. It's not his forte, and initially he was being quite
Oh,
loud.
actually, no. He was being Forte.
And
It'll be fun.
eventually you're like, hey, if you kind of walk like this, or if you walk like this, you'll become a little bit more silent, stealthy. That's exactly how you sound.
That was Matt. That was Matt as Longo to a T.
Uh-huh.
Thank you,
Inspiration to the DM.
thank you.
Oh, that's inspiration to Belgium, if anything, not to like the rest of the things Mark rolls for.
I trust Mark to put it where it needs to go.
Yeah, no, if anything, it would go to Belgium. I'll just put it there.
Belgium.
Um,
That's where Daddy's from.
Okay. And as you at a slow pace, right?
Yeah.
Slow pace, in cover, hopefully. You're moving quite slow.
like 40 BPM.
Whatever that even means.
40 beats per minute?
That's exactly what he's saying. Well, I mean, if he's walking at a Forte, or now probably a PMEC mode.
Well, 14 is probably like a mezzo piano.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Alto, bass, tenor, soprano.
You
Good job,
I'm
man.
proud of you.
You named
That
all of them.
was I learned those from Sly Cooper 3. That was one of the
Those are all different sax sizes.
I
Hey,
have
Marks.
no comment.
Uh-huh.
Mark did a year
No
guitar.
comment on the sax.
Hot dogs?
A cricket's
I
penis
want a hot dog.
is 14% of its body.
I
weight.
wonder why, we're next session. I'm
All
still
right,
gonna have to have
sorry.
captured in the description for
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry.
the other guy.
Oh no,
I'm
no.
not helping. All right. So as you are sneaking along, a couple miles in, you approach. You're coming to a clearing where it is surrounded. Like, trees on the side of the clearing you're on, but there is an opening to the clearing, and you can see smoke in the air. It's not a ton of smoke. It just looks like smoke from a campfire. You all are adventurers, so you would know that the amount of smoke coming is not
Ongo is
something that
on
looks like
guard
imminent
and
danger.
looking around.
Okay, and
On guard.
and Gronk and Trebek, since you two are in front and also significantly taller, as you get a little bit closer, you can see that in this clearing there are you can see what appear to be 4 humanoid creatures dressed in similar garb, sitting around a fire. They look like they are trying to cook up some food. And off
Are they-
to their left, or I guess off to your left, the way you're facing, but away from them a little bit, is you can see is a troop of 8 kobold.
8, you
And
said?
yeah, so you can see 8 kobold all sitting together, and you can see that there are 4 humanoid creatures sitting together around this fire, appear to be cooking something. You can see that the 2 groups and the humanoids are all dressed similarly. They appear to be working together, but you can also like they're all sitting separately. You can see that the spears and scimitars are leaning up against a big rock. So I guess I'm gonna try to
Do we recognize the
image.
clothing that you're wearing?
Yes. So you can tell that the clothing is worn by the prisoner that was in the keep. So as far as the clearing goes, there's the opening to the clearing, front and center, fire, not too far off in the distance. I would say about 50 feet from the opening of the clearing, and then about the same distance away to your left, not dead left, but like northwest, which would be southeast, an actual direction, is the troop of 8 kobold, and behind them is a large rock where all of the weapons are leaning against.
Okay, so that guy name's Curtis that we're going with, right? I know we don't really remember what we called him, but I'll say.
Curtis wasn't the cultist. Curtis was
No, not the cultist. You said it wasn't the cultist that this guy's dressed like. It was the bandit.
No,
right?
these guys are dressed like the cultists.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna be like, dude, we found more of them. Nice, but okay, no, that makes sense.
No,
Curtis
these
is
guys
up
are
wild.
definitely dressed like cultists.
I'm gonna turn to the group and shush everyone and then wave them forward.
Okay. Want to just strike first and take them out, or do we want to? There's a lot of them, but I might be
Small
able to.
group of kobolds.
There's what 4 cultists and 8 kobolds.
I think it's too
4
many.
cultists, 8 kobolds.
That's a small group of tangos in my book.
It's a small group of
Oh
It's a
my
small group
God.
of tangos. Yeah.
No,
Until we get
Alec,
into combat,
Alec,
somebody
no,
goes,
no,
shit
no.
balls.
Okay, you have been hearing about it. Okay.
No,
Oh,
Matt,
Alex
I-
has
it.
played this game.
Matt,
You
I've-
played
with
Wildlands?
Aaron.
I've probably put 200 hours into that game with Joe and Aaron.
Yeah. And just for the small group of tangos joke, Cameron, you definitely get inspiration for that.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That was beautiful.
Small group of tangos.
Okay. What do you think?
Definitely more a small group of tangos.
Oh,
So
I'm so
do you-
sorry Joe's not here. He'd have lost his shit.
It's definitely not a small group of tangos because it's more than one person.
Yeah, exactly. Small group of tangos. It's just one bald dude with a white beard.
I don't have a find familiar spell. Otherwise, I would send out like an imp or whatever invisible to go and like see if he can spot any more
a
come
little
for us.
recon drone.
It'd be really funny.
It's
Okay,
cool, guys.
about
I
him.
got my ACR, so we're chilling.
Okay, so I could probably take out one group at once, but not both. Just at once. Big
Okay,
fire.
Sorry.
Your arm,
Re.
maybe we sneak by.
Just gonna interrupt for a second. So you can see
Or
that
we could
the
sneak by. Yeah. That was the other option.
kobolds have their weapons on their belts. So
Okay, so
the weapons.
You're
So the
unarmed.
weapons you see up against the rocks are the humans' weapons. The kobolds have theirs.
You want to sneak around them, ignore them, and just
I think-
continue on the other way towards. I think the camp is
I
like
think
the actual
that's a
camp.
smart play.
And while you guys are discussing this, you can start hearing some arguing amongst the 4 humans. And
No, Tiamat likes me more.
What-
No, she likes me more. I got more gold.
the thing that you can hear is, "That's not how you cook a hen. This is how you cook a hen, you imbecile." And you just hear a lot of banter back and forth about how to cook.
Mark, is there an orange bar with a small arrow on the top, pointed in a direction right now, above my head?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure they're not looking at me.
Yeah, no, they are completely engulfed in figuring out proper way to cook their hens.
Longo, I will do and follow whatever you do, but I do believe we should stealthily pass by, and I'm gonna start continuing
you're the
to
leader.
walk forward. All right.
Wait, you're gonna walk forward? No, we're gonna walk to the side and we're gonna walk around.
Oh, yeah, I thought they were split quite a bit. I was gonna walk in between them.
So they are split, but not as big as I'm making it out to be. They're only split
Okay.
by about 20 feet.
Okay, then yeah, we're gonna go around. My bad.
Yeah, I only got a 20-foot radius sphere. Or wanted an excuse.
Speeder of the mind, and I don't have a very large mind.
I've wanted
All right.
fireball, but you know.
Okay,
Smart
fine.
man too.
I'll give you a map.
Do you have it
That's fine.
ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, if we end up doing something dumb. Which Trebek is against, but Alec isn't necessarily against.
We passed our stealth checks, which is like
A
we should take
miracle.
advantage of that, right?
No, why
That's
would we ever do
my
something like that? We get a
thought
surprise
process.
round now. I gotta cast fireball. We gotta kill all the kobolds in one attack. Duh.
Maybe. They also get pack tactics. I didn't say that out
It
loud.
doesn't. They don't get pack tactics if they're dead.
Alright, we are moving beside of them.
Anyway, can you see?
Stream started.
Oh yeah, okay, so we're going between these boulders over here.
Oh, you're going to the left? Okay, whatever. Yeah, that works. Yeah, we'll go to the boulders on the left and that. I'm drawing the vectors right. There shouldn't be any lines of sight if we stay within the trees and then go like stay within the trees and then or like behind the trees and go up from there like hard left.
The trees are talking. They're speaking Vietnamese.
So you're going through the trees or behind the trees and around? I just want to get a clarification. Either way, you're going to have to make a stealth check.
We're going basically northwest between the bush and the trees, and then staying against this tree line between those two boulders.
Okay, so you're going to be in front of the tree line,
What? No.
facing towards them.
No, hard left right now or through the trees.
Oh,
Oh,
through the
not-
trees. Yeah, we can move through the trees. I forget
Okay.
that you can move through those, and they're not just like a.
The
Giant
boulders
bush.
are kind of different, but yeah. Well, you know, we did come across that like thicket once that like hurt us when we
Did.
tried moving through it.
You did. Okay. So again, everyone, please make a stealth check.
Only save one of you from an at one. 23.
Dude, thank God, I'm rolling hot. 10. I rolled a 19 on my first roll.
I got a 20.
Mark, would I have had an opportunity to take off my armor at this point?
If you did want to doff your armor, I mean, you could have, but it would have taken you. I want to say it takes like 10 minutes.
Okay, so
Game?
no.
Because
I'll
what
look
kind of
up
armor are you
all-
wearing?
Chainmail.
Chainmail.
I'll look it up
Yeah.
while we're going on.
Okay. I mean, it would have taken you X number of minutes, if I'm not mistaken. But Matt will look that up. Either way,
Okay.
How does that in the
again,
bag?
you can see that they are, even with all of those rolls, and with Belgium's 10,
I also got
uh,
10.
that they are focused on their lunch. And so the four of them are squabbling, and you're staying far enough away that you can, or like initially you could see that the kobolds were discussing something amongst themselves. Like you could see, like they're looking at each other back and forth. Their lips are moving, but they're trying to keep things a little bit more hush hush.
They're telling secrets.
Right.
The heavy armor takes 10 minutes to put on and 5 minutes to take off.
Chainmail, not heavy armor.
It is
Chainmail is heavy armor.
chainmail is considered heavy armor. The springmail,
Oh.
chainmail, splint, and plate are all heavy armor. Medium armor is made up of hides, chain shirt, scale mail, breastplate, half plate. Light armor is padded leather and studded leather. That's how you know
There
if
you
you
go.
have proficiency in it or not, based on if do you have proficiency with like heavy armor. That gives you access to those four.
So it would have taken you 5 minutes to take off. So sometime. But again, you did notice that they were focused on other
Yeah,
things.
no,
So
I did not. I did not take off.
all right.
It would have had to been an immediate thing, and then
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, if he takes off his armor and like puts it in his backpack, does he not have the stealth disadvantage anymore, or is it like dingling in his bag?
No,
No.
it's assumed that I put it away in such a way that it's wrapped really tight. So I'm
Yeah.
really good at packing my bag, and so it doesn't
And
clink and clang.
simultaneously, you could have also put it in the handy haversack. So
Aye.
it just
Right.
wouldn't.
We do have that.
True.
There's a number of
Where
things.
all my pamphlets may or may not be stored.
They are not, because you have not told me to put any of those in. I'm the one carrying the handy haversack.
He did it while you were sleeping.
Uh-huh.
Also, he pulls it out when you're not looking every time.
Uh-huh.
The Dragonborn paladin, who's actually phenomenal at stealth.
He gets a 20 on his sleight of hand check every time.
Thank you, Bahamut.
All right. And so eventually, again, these guys, you saw that the cultists, their weapons were up against the rock, the kobold and the humans weren't sitting together, so you could sense that there was some distrust between the two factions, even though they technically were working together. And avoiding confrontation, seeing that you were outnumbered 3-1, decided to avoid them altogether, going around. Shut up. And
Just a cover.
eventually, what's that?
It's nothing. Keep going.
And eventually, you make your way around this troop of enemies.
I want so
And-
bad to try and cause them to fight each other.
I was looking exactly at my spell list, trying to do that exact thing.
I was thinking like I could throw a rock once we're right at an angle where it looks like a kobold could have thrown the rock at one of the humanoids, but Trebek wouldn't do
Just use a magic missile to hit like the cultists from where
that.
the kobolds are coming from.
And so, as you do make your way around, you notice that the green fields are starting to end, where now you are entering more kind of open space with some rocky terrain. There's some cliff faces as the paths begin to kind of carve between sides, and it's not foresty by any means, but there are definitely more trees than you were noticing before, whereas before it was just a large open green field. And
we
you
see like
eventually, yeah, go
let's say
ahead, go ahead.
do we start seeing like smokestacks from like where a possible camp could be or anything like that, like up ahead? Like we've been going for quite a bit now.
That's a wonderful question. Let me see.
Like, do we still find the tracks from like, are we still did we come back and find the tracks again, or are we just going kind of aimless?
So I guess yeah, at this point, I guess you tell me. So you have headed around a group of cultists. So you know that at least from point A, which is town, to point B, being this place, there are cultists camping out. So,
I imagine we do like a full like half circle and try to come back and try to pick up the trail again, see if like some of them just stopped here. Some odd reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, if possible.
so trying to pick up the trail, go ahead and make survival checks.
17.
21. I rolled a
21.
nat 1, so I gotta reroll it.
Nice.
Nat 20.
There you go.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I mean, easy enough. Yeah, you're not sure who.
What about Belgium?
Not sure who this group was. I mean, that's your forte, not his.
Not
What do you roll?
Leah. Definitely not Leah.
Leah's not really good at survival either.
But better than
He did
him.
not roll super
He didn't
well.
even roll.
Rolled 11.
Yeah, Leah.
Yeah, we gotten 12.
Yep, 100%.
So, you're not sure why this group of cultists are here, but you have an inkling that you are at least heading in the correct direction, as there are some of them miles away from the town. And after heading around, you do begin to get the tracks again now that the fields have ended and the paths are more prominent here. You are beginning to see those large reptilian beast tracks that are heading further south, that are leading in between the cliff faces on each side, about actually quite a bit down the road. You see the cliff faces, but you can see that that's where the reptilian tracks are heading towards, are these in between these cliffs on each side of you.
Lizard people?
Kobolds.
Well, there were that. Some of those things were riding other things that were.
Yeah, you
There was a rider.
definitely fought one of them. It didn't die, but there was one.
It wasn't like a worm, was it? Or...
It was a drake.
No, not reptile, silly.
It's been 10 months. It's understandable we don't remember that fight.
Right. So, hitting the scene.
We still need to make another stealth check, I guess, after that survival check. But
No, you've passed your stealth check to avoid them. The survival check to pick up the tracks. So you do have the path that you can follow. And then there's the two sides where I guess the path that you are following, on each side, eventually it does kind of down where you can see that there are hills that kind of rise up on each side, causing cliffs to, I guess, line each side of the path, both sides of the path. So you could, in theory, walk over the hills, over the cliffs, or you could follow the tracks that keep going through the trail themselves.
Do these lead to grandmother's house?
Is this the meme where it's like we take one path and it's like a nice little rainbows and sunshine, the other one's just like all types like storms and everything, and it's like evil?
And then you can see that, on the hills and kind of the non-paths of the fields, like I said, there are just trees, rocks, boulders.
Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate.
Thing, just probably take the high ground if we can keep this path within our sights. Like we go up the hills just to be safe.
We
We can
won't
see
be
the
able to
trail.
track those the reptiles that way, but it'll probably be safer.
Be a lot harder for anybody to show up unannounced on us if we are up there. Like,
Be easier for us to be seen though as well.
well, if we're down at the bottom and anybody is up at the top looking down, they'd see us for sure. But if we're up top and somebody's down low, we could be avoided being seen like that. Just it's like if somebody's out farther along. I'm for going up the
Bronxville
hills.
high ground.
High ground.
All right, high ground it is.
Are you moving at a slow pace?
Same pace we have been. Yes, it's slow pace.
Yeah.
Right. And so proceeding slowly,
Caution.
you are following the trail closely without losing sight of it, but still, not being on it. That way you can take the high ground on, either side, kind of weaving your way just, through the trees if need be, keeping the path to whatever side you so choose. And you are seeing these tracks are starting to pick up, but eventually, off in the distance, you do see that the plains end up leading into a mountainous region where eventually the path does lead between the mountains, or at least some large cliffs, where now you would be unable to necessarily take the high ground, or at least it wouldn't be as easy to take the high ground. Let me just double check.
Does the path lead back down to the trail, or
Yeah, so it's the same trail that you've been following, but you see that this trail, like the hills that you were on, they go up, come back down eventually, but then as they come back down further off in the distance, you are now finally seeing, because you couldn't see over the hills initially, you can see that the trail then splits a more mountainous area, or at least larger cliffs, where instead of like hills, it's like a cliff face almost, or a rocky cliff where you could
Can I make a
potentially
perception
climb.
check to see if the hills are either alive at the sound of music or if they have eyes?
And I kind of wish we had been here. Like, I'm pretty sure he likes the mountains more. I think he'd like it here.
Yeah, this is not my strong suit, if I'm being honest.
it is Gronk's strong suit?
Well, Gronk, where do you think we should go then? Down the hill?
Gronk likes mountains, but I'm not sure if you guys will do too well up there.
And again, it's not. I know I keep saying mountain. It's not like a mountain, but it is like
It's a large hill.
rocky. Yeah, it's
like
rock.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
It's a
Is
crag.
it difficult terrain?
Yeah, crag. Yes, it is. It is climbable. It is not a sheer cliff, but it is a rocky crag.
Now, does this crag have a mother? Like an old timey mother?
Is this what the castle was named
Like a
after?
crag ma?
Oh, there's no maw.
That's what you were going for.
High ground, Obi-Wan.
I mean, you guys decide. I literally have a feature called Mountain Born. Like
What does that
so
allow you to do?
I just don't suffer the penalties of being at high altitudes, and I have resistance to cold damage. So I don't think it actually pertains here. But Gronk's inclination is to go towards the mountains.
Okay, I'll say given that you individually will not suffer the effects of rough terrain when climbing.
Cool.
I say climb the mountain. Anybody falls, I can catch them. As long as I can.
As long as you don't fall.
Well, even if I fall, I can catch myself. I have feather
So-
fall. So I say we climb.
And Belgium. So that's not really another one of my fortes. Big one. Do you have any rope? Can you like tie me to your back or something,
Yeah,
or put me in a sack?
I'm kind of with not Leah over here. It's not really my strong suit either. I'm thinking we just go straight in at this point. Entrance got to be in there somewhere.
The little one can hold onto my back, but if Trebek's not willing to go up this way, I guess we gotta resort to the low ground.
I'll do it. I just don't think it's the best option, if I'm being honest.
Well, you are the de facto party leader, so I guess your vote has the most sway.
I thought that was long ago.
You guys
I
hired
thought it
me.
was Ben.
You guys just hired me randomly.
Well, you're not getting paid anymore now, are you?
I'm just here.
I don't think he was getting paid to begin with.
I was lied to. I didn't insight check.
Paid in experience.
Not exposure, experience.
Correct. Welcome to being an actor.
Shitty listing on Craigslist, and he fell for it.
Is that Belgium?
What's that?
We
Yeah.
can see your screen still. Is that Belgium?
Yeah, I just need
Can
to.
you please make him Dr. Evil?
I'm pretty sure he probably had like a picture book or something.
No, Belgium is the character that I was going to make Joe play, but then
Oh,
decided not to because I didn't want him to role play a character that he wasn't necessarily going to play the whole time. This is Joe's punishment character. All right. Okay. So you said you're taking the low ground.
correct.
Okay, so you're taking the path. All right. And it is still the same marching order. Trebek
2 by 2,
first. Okay, why can't I?
if we can.
That's
Or
fine.
Gronk and Longo first. Or Gronk and Trebek first. Sorry.
Yes.
I was like, wait, what?
I don't know why it's not letting me grab. What's his face? Did I move him too low? Or is that
You
in
go
the
over to
way?
layers and choose his layer
Oh,
specifically.
there we go. Yeah, it was that. It was the Discord.com is sharing a window that was just in my way. All right. And so as you are heading into I guess kind of this, it's not a cavern, but you know, a
Chasm?
chasm. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Actually,
Is the chasm dilapidated because it's below the rest of the mountain?
You know, now that you say that, as you are walking through it, a shit ton of boulders begins crumbling down the right side of that cliff face right there. So yeah, I guess it kind of is dilapidated. I need everybody to make a dex saving throw, please.
Everyone gets +3.
hold on.
3.
I have a. It's a dex saving throw, right?
Dexterity saving throw, yes.
And then
I
add.
have advantage on dex saves as long as I'm not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. Okay, and then I have plus
Neither of those
3.
things.
And then
That's my
everyone
lowest
gets.
roll.
Yeah, so Belgium got a 21.
Fuck yeah, dude. I got a 16. Longo got a 16. Gronk got a 16.
Yeah,
And this
Gronk
is
got a
with the 3 or without the
Yeah.
3?
Yes, that's all with the 3. We all rolled 13s except for Trebek, who rolled a 16.
No, I rolled a 13 and then got +3.
Oh, does it automatically add it?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't it?
Right. So you all got 16.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
we all
all
got
got
16.
16. Belgium
I
got a
rolled a
21.
6.
I am 16
Alright.
going on 17. That's a second set of musical reference in 20 minutes, bro.
I am
Disappointed.
going to.
I feel like I just took psychic damage. Like IRL.
Alright, that's not that much.
Did you just say rocks fall and like we all are gonna die now? The second
not
time
gonna
this
die.
campaign.
Not gonna die. It's just a lot of
Not
rocks.
even my fault this time.
Is it because I said dilapidated?
Oh,
Yes.
that was just an unfortunate coincidence. But as these rocks do collapse, or boulders collapse from the top of one side of the crag, as we have determined, you
Oh,
are
yeah.
caught up just a little bit. You all do save, so you're only taking 6 bludgeoning damage, as you are not crushed by any of the bigger rocks, but you are hit by, some of the smaller rocks. And again, the smaller rocks are not particularly small, as they are falling. And I need everybody to roll initiative for me, please.
Yeah.
This is why we take
Only
the
if
high
had
ground.
taken the high ground.
Oh, Bilgrim rolled a 2, -1.
Honestly, that's what you want from your healer.
Yeah.
He got a 1. So I will
Okay.
save his inspiration if that's what you guys want me to do.
Go last.
Technically, you rolled a 2. Oh, I see what you're saying.
2
I'm
-1.
an idiot.
You can go last. It's fine.
It's technically up to you, Mark.
I mean, I'm gonna. Yeah, he has chainmail and a shield. He's not an adept fighter. That is not. Forte is the word of the night. Also not in his repertoire.
Yeah, he is not Leo. We got it.
So asking him to fight, not necessarily a good idea. That's not what he does. He will help make sure that you stay alive.
You know the spell Sunbeam at least.
No. Because again,
Like-
this was Joe's punishment character. He knows absolutely nothing combat-wise other than spiritual weapon because he has to as a life cleric. I don't have a
I thought he
choice
was-
on that one.
Oh yeah, I thought he was light cleric. He's a life.
No, absolutely not.
So he went full healing hobo.
Oh, he's 100% healing. I remember Mark telling me about this.
Yeah, he only knows spiritual weapon, which he doesn't usually use because he usually saves his bonus action for healing word. And he has a mace, but doesn't really know how to use it, so he might not attack normally.
I
I'll
want
put
to
it
see this
that way.
guy's character
So
sheet.
basically, we have no excuse to go down whatsoever.
Pretty much, yeah. And
Then
also
why
kinda
did
make
we
sure he
take the
stays alive.
low? Why do we go down to the low ground? We should have taken the high ground. We had this guy.
Because we were overridden by the party leader. He has veto power.
Apparently.
I have no say. I gave you the choice.
He says after the DM NPC was like, it's gonna be very difficult for me to go up.
And then suggested Gronk tie him to his back.
And Gronk obliged.
Yeah, Longo doesn't get a right on Gronk's back, but you know this guy, Longo will remember that.
I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Longo has ridden on Gronk's back before. Also, Longo has
think
like
so.
super strength, so he doesn't need it for this.
I tried to climb up that wall, I would have caused the rocks to fall. Even though it was definitely Cobal's a dick.
All right. So initiative rolls. What do we got? What do we got? We got a 9, a 15, a 13, and a 1. We bring up the encounter.
Hey, that might have been a DC 15 though, also. So Because we leveled up, everyone survived. Everyone took half damage.
So here's my next question. It is almost 10 here.
I have to go into the office tomorrow.
Do you want to start the encounter? Because I don't think you'll be able to finish it in a reasonable amount of time. Or is this a good place to leave it so we know where we're picking up next?
Nah,
I would
that's a good
prefer
place
to
to
pick
leave
up
it.
with this next week.
Great.
Okay, I'm going to